Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming, and welcome to a video I've wanted to make for a while. So this video is a comparison between the Steam platform and GOG. Now there are other platforms as well, some of them unavoidable unfortunately, but overall I think these two offer the best for us PC gamers because they both have something that the others don't. So first we have Steam, probably the oldest platform. I think it started around 2004 when Half-Life 2 came out. It is the biggest, most dominant player in the market. Most of the games are available here. Most of the companies put their games here. They have regional pricing. They have big communities here, forums, lots of user reviews and workshops, etc. etc. A lot of options. On the other hand, you have GOG. Now GOG is a smaller store, much more curated. They are in Poland. The company is a sister company of CD Projekt Red, the people behind The Witcher and the Cyberpunk games. So they both have options. Here, the main difference on GOG is they focus on game preservation. So their games are updated, the old stuff, to work with newer Windows. They also offer you DRM-free games. So basically, you can download them without the launcher, and you have full ownership here on GOG. Unlike Steam and every other platform, where you get a license to play the game, on GOG you actually own the game, so you can just download the installer to your PC and just run it and play it offline. So this is great for playing offline games, for playing single player games, and for preserving old games. So for example, right now we have Doom 3 here from 2002 I believe. Let's have a look. If you get the version here, 2000, this is the sort of updated version. Game of Theirs is for 2012, but the original came out in 2002 or 3, something like, maybe 4. So a 2004 game on Steam may or may not work properly, but on GOG they try their best to make sure it works. As you can see here, works on 7, 8, 10 and 11. They try and update all these older games. So for me, over the last few years, as I've grown older and I've appreciated more of the classics, I've started buying more games on GOG because I don't want the hassle of buying a game on Steam. It doesn't work, then I have to wait maybe years sometimes to get it work. I bought LA Noire on Steam. It did not work for me because it was, I think, designed for older Windows 7 and stuff, and I have Windows 10. It did not work for me. So you run into some issues with older stuff on Steam. The other thing is, this is a smaller store, much more curated. So you don't have a lot of the small asset flips that you get on Steam. Steam has so much stuff there. However, on the other hand, Steam is like the main place for games. Even if you don't buy your games on other platforms, you only buy on Steam. That is good enough because you have all the games here, almost all of them. We have seen some publishers try to go away from Steam and have their own launcher, but they keep crawling back eventually. You can see EA and Ubisoft, they're starting to come back now. Now we have some other smaller stores as well. Epic is there, Origin is there, but they have too many issues in my opinion to be recommended. Now I am a supporter of competition. I would like Epic and stuff to do better, but in the 4.5 years or so, the launcher hasn't improved much. It still takes ages to load up, and it's just not a great experience for people playing the game. Even though some of the prices are cheaper on Epic, they also have that coupon and stuff. So it is an option, but it's not a convenient option, let's put it that way. So at the end of the day, Steam and GOG, my opinion is that you should use both. Now for me, what I'm doing is I still mostly go with Steam, but I'm starting to get more games on GOG, especially when the games are a little older. So if I know I can get a game DRM free, if it's a single player story based game, then chances are I'll even wait a little bit to get it on GOG. So GOG these days have started adding a bit newer games as well, so you can get Witcher and stuff like that. Even things like Horizon Zero Dawn is available here. All the Bethesda games are here. You can see Skyrim is available DRM free. You can just download this and play it offline. You don't have to worry about being connected to the internet and all your data being monitored and whatnot. They also have a launcher if you prefer the launcher method called GOG Galaxy, but you don't really need it. So at the end of the day, Steam, if you prefer the social aspects, if you want a big community, if you want feedback, if you want to read the forums, if you want to just read all the reviews, let's see. the review part is where Steam just shines compared to everything else. So you can see here you have all these reviews down here from people who have actually bought and played the game. So you can read all these reviews about something, get a feel of it, and then get the game. Over on GOG, they have reviews, but they are not as many. Let's look at Skyrim, for example. Skyrim is a huge game, and let's see how many reviews they have here. It's got a 4.3 reviews, and they have some reviews to be fair, but it's just not as straightforward and easy to use as Steam, for example. So yeah, my opinion, main two platforms are these two, GOG and Steam. GOG for game preservation, for getting DRM free games, for playing offline, for playing older games. And if you are in a Western country or like a first world country where your prices are in dollars or euros or things like that, then the prices are identical anyway. Now, one downside to GOG is in sort of third world countries, in countries with regional pricing, they don't offer that. So for me here in India, for example, I get regional pricing. So if a game is $60 in the US, in India, it's usually not that much. They have started increasing it, but it would still be around half of it, or maybe even less than that. So it is cheaper for me to buy the game in India on Steam. But on GOG, they only price in dollars, at least for us. They have options, I think, for euros and stuff, but mostly dollars. So the game will by default be more expensive if I buy on GOG. So what I do is I buy older stuff that is already cheap, and even if it's slightly more, I then buy it on GOG. So for example, if Doom 3, for example, if it's like 200 in India, which would be about $3, and it's $4 here, then I'll buy it for $4, not a problem. So I think if you prefer having your games with you, like you own them and you want to keep them, GOG is like a sort of digital version, but it has some of the benefits of having a physical disc. So you can download the installer on your hard drive. I have a bigger hard drive, I put the installers there. So let's say I have an issue with my internet, or some power goes out, or there's some internet problems for a couple of days, I can have some games ready sitting in my PC that I can install and play. With Steam, I'll have to be, I mean, you can still play offline on Steam some games, but it's less of a hassle with GOG. So yeah, let me know your thoughts below. What platforms do you use? Like recently, over the last couple of years, I have cut down buying games so much that I have only bought games on Steam and GOG this year. Like 2023, I have not bought anything on Epic, even though they just had a big sale. And I'm a big supporter of Epic. I want them to succeed, but I'm not seeing enough from them to like continue spending. I have bought games from there in the past, but I did not this year. I have not bought anything on Origin. I have not bought anything on Battle.net, even though I do want to get Diablo 4. I have not bought anything on the Xbox store. There is a Game Pass there. I may buy it for Starfield, but overall, at the end of the day, most of us would prefer Steam. In my case, I would prefer GOG as well, wherever applicable. So yeah, let me know your thoughts as well. Which platforms do you prefer? I know the vast majority goes for Steam, but the reason I want to have GOG in the conversation is because of some of the benefits they offer, and we also need some competition to this on PC. Otherwise, if one platform dominates, then it can cause issues, as we have seen with some other things. But yeah, let me know. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.